Hi guys, this is Jun Xiang.
This is Emmanuel, we're from M8 and today we're going to talk about something a little different, and that is unit layouts. Now, why is the layout of a unit so important? Here's an example. If you are a resale condo buyer in today's market, I'm sure you have seen many units and realized that quite a number of condos built in the mid-2000s have bay windows. This is because prior to 2008, bay windows and planter boxes were exempted from the GFA calculations.
Now this became a loophole that developers started to exploit by incorporating such areas that they could charge buyers for it while reducing the average PSF cost, as these areas were not taxed and were cheap to construct. Now take for example this layout. Now at 1044 square feet, this 2-bedroom unit is actually rather huge and will be attractive to 2-bedroom buyers looking for a bigger home. Now, but with the bay window and planter boxes making up 23.6% of the GFA, the buyer will pay for 100% of the unit while only getting 700 plus square feet of livable space.
That's right. Some homeowners will deck out the planter boxes to increase balcony space, though this would be considered a breach of the GFA. This is of course a more extreme example, as you will notice that there is even a bay window in the kitchen. But back then, developers really had a good run of increasing their profits with this loophole.
From a price point of view, consider this resale unit at PSF of let's say $1,400 per square feet. The price of the unit would be around 1.46 million. Now compared to premium 2-bedroom units in new launch developments with a smaller size of around 700 plus square feet, at $2,000 per square feet, the overall prices of the units would pretty much be the same. Now this is why even with newer developments having smaller unit sizes, they are still selling like hotcakes because buyers do not mind paying a little more as the layouts are much more efficient.
That's right, and most of the time when you sell your unit on the open market, chances are that your buyer will be someone looking for homestay, so do try to choose a layout that is more livable. In general, there are some things to look out for. For example, avoiding excessive space in the foyer areas that add to the overall size of the unit. If possible, windows in the kitchen and the toilets would be a strong selling point, though the new norm we are moving towards is mechanical ventilation in the toilets. Dumbbell layouts also provide some privacy, with rooms being on the opposite end of the living area, along with the flexibility to rent out to two different groups of tenants.
Now, let's dive in a little deeper. We use 2-bedroom layouts as an example as they are more popular, usually taking up to over a third of the condo units, and is suitable for investors and small families alike. Now, have you ever wondered whether having 1 bathroom or 2 bathrooms is more profitable? Or does a dumbbell layout or regular layout with a corridor makes more money? Let's use Clement Canopy as an example, a condo in Clementi completed in 2019 consisting of 505 units. We chose this condo as an example as it has layouts that are commonly seen in today's market.
Okay, so firstly, let's compare the dumbbell layouts versus regular layouts. Clement Canopy's 2-bed 2-bath dumbbell layout is of 710 square feet, while the regular version is 732 square feet. Looking at the profits, we see that they are actually quite similar, earning around $150,000 to $200,000. However, we see that Clement Canopy, the dumbbell layouts were sold at a higher PSF at the same floor during its new launch stage, which resulted in regular 2-bed 2-bath layouts earning slightly more.
Therefore, our take on this is, if a dumbbell layout is sold at the same PSF as a regular one, and if you're more profit driven, go for the dumbbell one. This is because you not only save on corridor space, but a dumbbell layout also allows investors to rent out the 2 bedrooms to 2 different tenants as well. Next, a common concept in the market is that 2-bed 2-bath units make more profits as they're more preferred in the open market compared to 2-bed 1-bath units. So let's find out whether having 1 bathroom or 2 bathrooms results in more profits.
Looking at the 2-bed 1-bath layouts of Clement Canopy, we see that we have the 635 square feet dumbbell one and the 657 square feet regular one. And interestingly, the profits are about the same as the 2-bed 2-bath units, being in that 150 to 200 over 1,000 range. For rental, based on the last 20 transactions, the average rental for the 2-bed 2-bath units at Clement Canopy went for $3,500 a month, whilst the average rental for the 2-bed 1-bath was $3,200 a month. Based on the average rental yield, both averaged at around 3.3%. Hence, both capital appreciation and rental profits are pretty much comparable between the 2-bed 1-bath and the 2-bed 2-bath units.
So, what does this mean if you're an investor? If your budget is tighter, don't fret over the number of bathrooms and go for the 2-bed 1-bath, as you're usually saving about $100,000. But of course, if budget allows, having an extra bathroom would be a safer choice as well.
That's right, and one last tip we would like to leave you is to compare within the development to see if there are different layouts that are more efficient and potentially preferred by own-stay buyers when the development TOPs. Now, let's take a look at the recently sold out Normanton Park development, which was launched last year in 2021, and compare these two layouts side by side.
Now both of these units are of the same size as 656 square feet and have very similar features such as a dumbbell layout and enclosable kitchens. However, if you take a closer look, you will notice that the layout on the left is actually a 2-bedroom compact unit with 1 bath, while the layout on the right is a 2-bedroom premium with 2 baths. Now at the same size and similar PSF prices at launch, buying a 2-bed 2-bath unit and a 2-bed 1-bath unit at the same price, which layout do you think has more potential for capital appreciation when Normanton Park TOPs next year? Let us know in the comments below.
There are definitely many factors we look out for when choosing the right unit for our buyers, so do reach out to any one of us if you'd like us to help you take a more in-depth look.
So that's it for this week's video in our Property Tips series. If you found it useful, do give us a like and share this video with a friend.
This is Emmett.
We'll catch you in the next video.